Hello, guys. Just waiting for you guys to jump on. All right. Well, we got a couple folks. We'll get going in about 5 minutes. We'll give everybody a chance to get on. Just to make sure everybody gets here. All right. Well, we got a couple folks. We'll get going in about everybody a chance to. It is 9 o'clock, and all will be well. What's up, Michael? What's up, Michael? This actually my second live training I've done on Facebook. Normally I do it on Zoom. It's just easier for me. What's up, Michael? This actually my second live training I've done on Facebook. Normally I do it on Zoom. It's just easier for me. Because now I got to look at my phone to see how many people are on. And I also have to look at. This actually my second live training I've done on Facebook. Normally I do it on Zoom. It's just easier for me. We'll give about 2 more minutes and then we'll get started and get going from there. Hope everybody is having a good evening. Hope you guys did some good stuff today. And hope you're ready for some good information because, as I said, this is something that has been bothering me for a bit. I've been hearing about it, and I just wanted to really talk on it. So that's why this training came about. I said, let's do a live, something I could, speak to you guys directly and let you guys know what I'm thinking and what I'm seeing about this situation, and hopefully set you guys in the right direction. So we got one more minute, and we'll get started and let this live be live. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started. So, welcome everybody, and I appreciate you guys stopping in. Topic, as you see here, is why mindset training is BS and why it's not working for you. So now I know it's a controversial topic, and I know you guys are, a lot of people are up in arms. Oh, John, what are you talking about? Oh, mindset is awesome. My guru, my this is awesome. Yeah, I understand that. But sometimes just wait a little bit. Sometimes in order to fix an issue, to fix a problem, you got to cause a problem. So that's what I did today. I wanted to cause a ripple, cause an issue to get you guys to listen for a second. So That's why you're here. It's not that, hey, I want to throw some stuff, throw people under the bus or trash people. No, I'm trying to give you some information that you can use to be better. Okay, so do I believe that mindset training works? Obviously, obviously. But why are we here? Because I believe that all these gurus, all of these guys, they all started with the best intentions. They started working with people one-on-one, giving them good training, giving great advice and helping people, really holding people accountable so that they actually do the things that they're supposed to do and really changing lives. I'm sure that everybody started with that same intention, that this was working for people and they were really making a difference. So what happened? Why is it different? Why does this not work for everybody? Money came into play. And they say money is the root of all evil. When those gurus, those folks start understanding that, hey, I can get paid for doing this. And actually, I can get paid, and these people will become repeat customers. They'll keep coming, even though they're still not reaching what they're trying to get. They'll keep coming back over and over and over again, and I could keep cashing in on their non-results. And I'm not blaming you. It happened to me too. I did the same thing. I spent money, I spent time following all these people, doing these self-help books, doing these courses, trying to change my mindset or be a better version of myself and all these. I did it too. So until one day I got to that aha. Oh, and see, right now, I don't knock their hustle. I just recognize the game. So when I come into situations, I hear people talking about, oh, we're going to do this mindset and I understand what they're doing. I'm not knocking them, but I understand what they're trying to do. And once I understand it, I can not fall into the trap. Okay, so let's look at some definitions here. So what exactly is a mindset? So here we got some nouns here. An established set of attitudes held by someone. That's a good one. Your attitude, disposition, or your mood, an intention or inclination. A mindset is a belief. That's a good one here. It's a belief that orients the way we handle situations, the way we sort out what's going on and what we should do. A mindset is a set of assumptions, methods, or notions held by one or more people or groups of people. Now, I did a lot of research on this because I didn't want you guys to steer you guys wrong. Anytime I come on here, I want to make sure you're getting some good information. So in cognitive psychology, mindset represents the cognitive processes activated in response to a given task. That's a good one. It's what happens to your brain when you have to do something. That's a mindset. All right? So what we're going to look at here is what most those mindset and belief coaches do. They only focus on the beliefs. So let's look at this for a second.
So, Coach, how strong is Westview this year?
A lot stronger than we are.
You already written Friday night down as a loss, Brock?
Well, not if I know we could beat them.
Come here, Brock.
All right, we're going to stop right there. Because you see what happened right there? The coach noticed that one of his star players had a bad belief. So what if he just went to the player and said, you know what? I want you to believe that we're gonna win. I want you to believe that we can do it. That's all he's going to tell you. I want you to believe it. Go look in the mirror. Look when you get home and believe that we're going to win. Talk to yourself and tell yourself, we're awesome. We're stronger than them. We can beat them. So what they try to teach you is they just say what you need to be and what you need to believe. That's all they give you. Info. Be this. Believe this. Read this. Okay? So what happens is if you believe you can fly, that doesn't mean that you can. Just because you believe it doesn't mean it's real. Just because you believe you're Iron Man or Superman, that doesn't make it real. That does not make it real. So just believing is not enough. And when they just focus on giving you beliefs, that is not enough. This is why it doesn't function for you. So the problems with only focusing on belief, it wastes time, because what happens is you're not getting results, so you try to find more information. You're trying to get more explanations because it's still not functioning, it's still not making sense. You need more direction, you need more help. And the problem is you can't measure it. Most of the things they're trying to switch your mindset on, you can't measure these things. You can't measure confidence. You can't measure belief. You can't measure it. If you don't believe me, listen.
So he hired Napoleon Hill to come up with a sales idea to sell life insurance, supposedly as theory. And the reason I know this is because W. Clement Stone told me in this ear, because I was trying to have a meeting with him. He kept getting sick. Then his house burned down in Chicago, and I never got to meet him in person, so I only got to talk to him on the phone about 2001, 2002. And he died at 101 or 102. And he said, all of a sudden, and he said, I can't really remember, Mr. Pena, because it was a long time ago, if Napoleon Hill came up with the idea, or I came up with the idea. We need something that cannot be measured. Cannot be measured. And they thought. Personal development. You can't fucking measure personal development. It's the greatest scam there ever was. And that's how personal development was born. A scam that you can't fucking measure. A scam that you can't fucking measure. And look at you. And an industry's been built up over the last 40, 50 years because of it. So you go back and you read your PD book. You listen to your fucking podcast, you worthless pieces of shit. A scam.
All right, so that wasn't from me. This is somebody I know you guys trust. Okay, so the problem, once again, with focusing only on beliefs, there's two types of folks that's out there who are looking and really focusing on this mindset thing. Okay, one is somebody who actually feels that there's inherently something wrong with them. Okay, that's the folks who are trying to go from a bad mindset to a good mindset. Okay, then there's those people who believe they're naturally good, but they want to be great. That's the folks who are good going to great. Those are the two types of people who are focusing and looking at these things. Okay, so you really have to realize which one of these you are. Are you really just believe everything that you do is bad and you can't succeed and you really need all this help there's some people who really need some couch time. I understand. I had to do it too. But you got to realize that. And then there's some folks who just want that boost, who just want that next level thing. You see those celebrities and all those folks at some of these events, those guys are already successful. They just want something extra. They want something more. Maybe they're in it for some other reason. I don't know. So another problem I have with the mindset gurus is that it's not really enough real change. There's not really enough real change. Once again, what if the coach there in the video just told him that you could do it? You can do it. What happens when something really happens? What happens when a real situation comes up? If you believe you're better than Bruce Lee, oh yeah, what happens? Pow! Go out there and get yourself slapped and knocked out somewhere. Because it's not enough. Basically, what those big sessions are just pep rallies, big feel-good sessions. And what happens is they bring you up. They give you very high energy, but when something happens, you're coming down crashing because you have to keep this up. That's why they have repeat sessions. You ever met somebody who say, oh, I got to go back to this guy's event again so I can get refreshed? And well, see, the air has come out of the balloon. The air has come out of the balloon. It's not working for you anymore. What's happened? Another example that you guys probably remember. Higher self and lower self. Oh, you got to get yourself out of your higher self, get out of your lower self and get into your higher self. Now, what is the problem with that? If you actually really study a lot of stuff, you'll understand that between the higher self and lower self, there's 5 other things that need to be fixed. You can't just jump from the bottom and all of a sudden you're good at the top.
Oh, Jeannie, please help me to get all of my dreams and goals. Help me to be confident to talk to people and to feel confidence in myself and to believe in me. And I want to get all of the things that I have on my vision board. I want to be able to go to travel in Antarctica to help people and pay off all my debt and meet Dan Locke personally and Robert Kiyosaki and Gary Vee and build such a great legacy for my family and travel all around the world. Please, Jeannie, please, will you help me? Please, please, please. Boy, get your ass up there, see. Don't you see I'm doing something? Wow! Jeannie, it's you! Hold up. You look just like me. Yes, I look like you because you the damn Jeannie. Okay? So stop asking all these questions. Stop. Hold on. Bothering me. Stop waiting for somebody else to do something for you. Get off your ass. Start doing all the stuff for yourself. Matter of fact, take everything you're talking about, visualize it in your hand, and internalize it and swallow it. And then get your ass up and go do it. Okay. I got no more problems. Thank you, Jeannie. I got shit to do. Thank you. Thank you. That's right. I'm the Jeannie. I'm the Jeannie.
All right, the purpose of reason why I made that video was another time when this issue was coming about. People were so enthralled. This is all these changes are happening to me. But the problem is you never really left your lower self. You never left. That's why you keep falling back into it. You never left because you were never really taught how to move up. You were just said, hey, operate in your higher self. Do this or believe this and say this. That doesn't get you to actually change. It doesn't happen. That's why you keep having those relapses. Because what happens is this becomes like a alcohol to people. It's like an addiction that you got to go to these self-help and these mindset and all this stuff. And it becomes where you can't function without your next hit. You can't function without your next drink. You can't function without that guru saying, oh yes, you are awesome. Go walk on some fire or jump over a tub of sharks or some other stuff. But that is not what changes you. That does not change you. So what if you don't have enough money? What if you don't have enough happiness in your life? What if you can't find your dream job? What if you're not closing enough deals? Is it because you don't have the right mindset? No. It's because you don't have the right tools. You haven't been taught. You haven't been really trained, and you haven't been helped along the way. So what I do is focus on your mentality. Just like utility, which means how can you utilize it? How effective in the utilization is it? Ability, how able are you? Stability, how stable are you? Mentality, how is your mental capacity? The capacity can be measured because capacity is numbers and numerals and measurable events. So how do we fix that mindset? How do we actually find some measurable things that we can do to change your mindset? So here's some of the synonyms of mentality. Your brain power, your gray matter, your headpiece, your intellect, your intelligence, your reasoning, your smarts. This is what you work on, not your beliefs. You work on something that you can do. Whew, so I'm getting a little riled up. Sorry. So once again, how to fix it? Remember, capacity of mentality is measurable. So how do we fix it? How do you know if it's working? John, how can you fix my mentality? How can you fix my mindset? How do I know it's really happening? Man, some of the most amazing things happen, some of the amazing feats happen without belief. You guys are focusing so much on belief, belief, belief. But do you know what happens sometimes in people without belief? Moms pick up cars because their baby's trapped underneath there. Amazing things like this. Let's look at the rest of this video.
So, Coach, how strong is Westview this year? A lot stronger than we are.
You already written Friday night down as a loss, Brock?
Well, not if I know we could beat them.
Come here, Brock. You too, Jeremy.
What, am I in trouble now?
Not yet. I want to see you do the death crawl again, except I want to see your absolute best.
What, you want me to go to the 30?
I think you can go to the 50.
The 50? I can go to the 50 if nobody's on my back.
I think you can do it with Jeremy on your back. But even if you can, I want you to promise me you're going to do your best.
All right.
Your best.
Okay.
You going to give me your best?
I'm going to give you my best.
All right, one more thing. I want you to do a blindfold.
Why?
Because I want you giving up at a certain point when you can go further. Get down. Jeremy, get on his back.
I'm going to fast forward this a little bit for you.
Good strength. That's it, Brock. That's it.
20 yet?
Forget the 20. You give me your best. You keep driving it. Keep your knees off the ground. That's it. Your very best. Don't quit on me. Your very best. Keep driving. Keep driving. There you go. There you go. That's it. You keep driving. Keep your knees off the ground. Keep driving it. Don't quit till you got nothing left. Keep moving, Brock. That's it. That's it. That's it. Keep going. I want everything you keep going. Burn and let it burn. Burn. It's all hard. You keep going, Brock. Come on. Come on. Keep going. You promised me your best. Your best. Don't stop. Keep going. Too hard. It's not too hard. You keep going. Come on, Brock. Give me more. Give me more. Keep going. 20 more steps. 20 more. Keep going. Give me yours. You can. You can. 5 more. 5 more. Come on, Brock. Come on. Don't quit. Don't quit. Come on, Brock. 2 more. 1 more. Look up, Brock. You're in the end zone.
Now I'm going to stop that right there. That was an awesome video I wanted to show you. Now, once again, capacity is measurable. How can you know it's working? Because things start happening that you actually can measure. You go from where you wanted to go at the 50 and you end up hitting the end zone, which is 100 yards down the road. So what trumps, what overcomes, what is more explosive and more important than mindset or belief? There's two things that you should have seen in this video. And if you guys need the link for it later, I can give it to you. But there's 2 things that trump, overcome, that are over and above mindset or belief. Number 1 is a dire need, something that has to be done. Once again, like I told you, there's people who've done extraordinary things because they were in desperate need, lifting up cars, stopping things. Lots of things happen because of a dire need. That will trump your belief. If you're going to get evicted out of your house, you're going to do something. It doesn't matter what you believe. You're going to go out there and do what's necessary. Okay? So that's number 1. Number 2 thing that trumps your mindset or what you believe is that coach, that mentor that is there with you. Not a video, not some book, not some person on the stage. They are there on the field with you, pushing you along the way. Even though you can't see where you're going, you still can't know what you're doing. You just feel the pressure of all that stuff that's weighing on you, and you don't know where you're going. But the coach knows. The coach knows if they can just keep you moving, keep you going, and inspire you enough to make it, you'll get there, no matter what you believe about yourself. So you got to go beyond belief. Okay, this is one excerpts, scripture from the Bible I like to use sometimes because it has some great information. It says here, look, what does it profit? my brethren, if someone says he has faith or belief, but doesn't have any works, can faith save him? Can your belief save you? Can your belief get you somewhere? No, you have to combine it with something. Because it says, as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith or belief without the works is dead. So when those gurus only focus on the belief and all the, oh, do this, and no, you need the works. So what's the difference of what do I suggest? John, what do you think I need to do? How do you teach people the right mindset? If you don't teach you don't teach mindset training in any of your programs, from my business to the sales, none of that. I don't teach mindset. I don't waste a whole week on something that I know you're going to get anyway. Because you can't just believe it, just do it. So I got to give you stuff to do if you want how to be more whatever. Because confidence comes from competence. And competence comes from having correct repetitions. Not just any repetition. It has to be correct. I'll say that again. Look at the screen. Confidence comes from competence. Once you're able to start doing something, the confidence is going to be there. I don't have to make you believe you're confident or you're good. If you're able to start seeing results, then it automatically happens, don't it? Because those beliefs are the results of some subconscious stuff going on, some programming, things that have happened to you a long time ago. And there's 3 ways that your subconscious is actually programmed. And just to let you know, others can and they are programming you right now. That's why they call TV shows programs. People program you all the time. Sometimes they limit you to only watching certain things. In military, we went through survival training, and the brainwashing they would do is have audio on telling you all these crazy bad things. And the voice of that person who was saying that, they would be the interrogators, because now you are enthralled and you give that voice reverence for that voice you've been hearing all the time, because you've been programmed that voice is over you. That voice is Lord and kingdom and everything. Okay, so once again, first thing that you can program that has caused you to be where you are now is because of trauma a long time ago. And trauma now. Something might have happened that caused you now to believe a certain way, which also causes certain actions to happen. Another way is through repetition. Whatever you do a lot, that repetition programs your subconscious. So if you do something enough times, you do it automatically, just like driving. You don't think about it. You just get in the car, start going. It's competence because of repetition. And finally, symbols. Everybody in the world knows what a stop sign looks like. Everybody knows what this means mostly. There's a lot of symbology in the world that you know just by seeing the symbol what it means. These are ways to program your subconscious, which causes beliefs, which in turn causes actions. So in order to make you believe that you are a winner, I need to get you to win over and over again. I don't need to tell you, believe that you're a winner. Believe that you can find that you're a good closer. Believe that you can find an influencer. I don't need to do that. I'm just going to show you how to do it. And when it works over and over and over again, you will believe it automatically. I don't have to say, change your mindset so that you believe that you're going to get this, then it's going to happen. No, I'm going to show you and walk with you to teach you how to do it and get you those little wins so that you do understand that you can do it. I don't need to make you look in the mirror. I'm going to make you do something that will show you that you can win. You will then believe that you are a winner because you're winning. It seems logical now, don't it? I hope it does. But focusing on the belief wastes time. Because if you're only believing and not doing anything, it doesn't matter. That's why it fails. Because you're sitting down waiting for your belief to become reality. instead of taking the reality you have and working it and changing it to the belief that you want. So here you go. How to be a better sales professional. Ooh, we're all, everybody's here is looking for some way to be either a better sales professional, better at sales in your business, or whatever. But here's how you want to do it. You want to program your mind. You want to get your mindset right. I want you to program yourself. But this is, if you're working with me, this is how we'll do it. First, I'm going to give you some trauma, give you some pain, doing something that you don't like. Maybe it's cold calling. Maybe it's going door to door. Maybe it's going to the mall and talking to people. Some of the things maybe you don't like. So that trauma will start to open up your mind and program you. You're going to do this a lot. We'll give you different repetition things to do. Working on role plays, repeating the same thing over and over correctly. Not anyway. If you repeat, practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. So if you're still practicing and role playing with people who still don't know what they're doing, you are not progressing. It doesn't matter, because when you get on the phone with the real person in the real world, what's going to happen? Oh, now you're back down to your lower self. You never left. You're always there because you never were taught how to pull yourself up from there. And the symbols we use are your scripts. You know your scripts. You know what you're supposed to say. You know the stops and the turns in your conversation, how it's supposed to go. And you want to be that script. That's the symbols that you use. Now, some people, Jordan Belfort uses a great thing he calls it a trigger. It's a trigger, a psychological trigger. So he uses smells. So in order for that smell to trigger you and to be a great, super confident seller, you have to program it. And how do you program it? You got to sell something first. You got to win first in order for the program, the actual trigger to work. So every time you win, you can program yourself to be a winner. Well, why do I need to program myself to be a winner if I'm winning? Why don't I just keep winning, right? I don't get it. Sometimes folks just silly to me. So if you are able to win over and over and over again, the smell to put you in this state of winning is just a mental thing for you. But if you know how to win over and over, you're still a winner. You're still able to go into that state. So this is how people program you to do stuff. But a real coach, a real person working with you, a real mentor, a real person who really cares about you will teach you how to fix you, to teach you how to program yourself and give you the stuff that you need to be successful. You know why? Because they're not in it for the upsell. They're in it to change you. They're not in it for the upsell. They're in it to change you. Now, what I want you to do is remember your mindset, what it was at the beginning of this. You probably were thinking, oh, John's crazy. Oh, I don't listen. Oh, mindset is everything. And yeah, I understand that. But hopefully, from what you have understood now, during this short presentation, compared to where you were, what you believed, and what you knew before this training, look at where you are now. Think about the possibilities that you have now, knowing that you can fix you, that you can train you, you can program yourself. Now, I hope you got some really good understanding from this. Not just information. I give you a lot of information, but the information, once again, is not the most important thing. Information is only the start. It's only the start. So now what? John, what do I do now with all this great information that you've given me? Go and do something about it. Go and fix what you're doing wrong. Find somebody to help you that's going to push you all the way through to that end zone. Find somebody who really cares about you, not just for the paycheck. And start doing things to change yourself. You have to change you. I can't change you. I could just give you pieces and kind of show you the way. But you have to start believing in yourself. You have to change your mentality. You have to change your attitude about stuff. I can't do it. I can only show you the way and give you some tips, exercises, and tricks that I know to finally get you to believe in you. I can't make you believe in you. And you looking in the mirror going, I believe in myself, is not enough. You have to do something. You have to do something. So that's the end. I know I'm getting a little riled up, but there's a lot of good things out there. There's a lot of people who are really interested in helping you. There are a lot. But in order for it really to work, you got to touch hands with these people. You're not going to get it from a book. Just like you can't learn to be an awesome martial artist by reading a book. You got to go touch hands with someone. Touch hands, okay? So if this was helpful to you, once again, I only ask you two things. Once the video is available, share it. If you haven't before, give me a recommendation on LinkedIn. Couple of things coming up. We got a new mentorship coming up on the 29th. The boot camp is always available, 18 hours of video trainings. And anything you need, contact Ola. She's my head lady there. She's the one who takes care of everything that needs to be taken care of. Just get a hold of her. But I hope this was helpful. And once again, I'm not beating down any of these guys out here. I'm just trying to show you the game. I'm not knocking their hustle. I'm just trying to peep your own game. Trying to let you see what's actually happening before it gets too late. Because don't get to me. I'm 45. I went through all these gurus when I was 20 to 35. Okay? So trying to show you now that if it's about the money, if it's just an upsell, it's not going to help you. You need to get with somebody who's going to touch hands with you and that's going to show you the real deal and going to give you some tips and tools and techniques that can change your faulty situation and give you a little win so you can actually be successful. That's the whole point of it. So I don't know if I'm still live here. Let's see if I get through it. Maybe not. Okay, so that's all we got right here, guys. Just the webcam. There we go. All right, so there's me again, and I appreciate your time. Any feedback you guys have, leave it in the comments. As soon as this video is available, I'll upload it into the actual Boss Sales and Training playlist on YouTube. And whatever you think will be a good idea, a good topic for the next training. I'm going to do another training on the 21st. But anything else that you think you need, let me know. Let me know what you need because I am here. I am here for you. I want you to succeed. I want you to be the best you can be at everything, not just sales or not just marketing, but in life. And that's real. So that's all I have. Boss out.